Hey guys, Mike C-Roc here. Thanks so much for joining my channel. You know, I want to share something with you today about the power of podcasting and what it's done for me in my life. You see, back in 2019, I was in the real estate mortgage game, getting known locally, working my tail off networking. I was in magazines locally. I was on the cover of actually two with my partner, Chris, regional magazines. And it did great, but we were grinding so hard. I thought to myself, you know, as hard as we're working, I bet we could push the same effort, but have a bigger vision and get known on a grander scale. So I decided at that moment that I needed to get known nationally. I felt like the best kept secret. I felt like I could inspire the world and impact the planet. And I had so much knowledge to be able to help people. And what I decided to do was get known nationally. But then I started thinking, is that big enough? You know, this world nowadays, we can connect globally. So I started thinking, and I didn't know how, by the way, but I started thinking to myself, let's get known on a global scale. As a matter of fact, on the news at that time, the UFOs were on the news. And I'm like, if there's aliens, let the aliens know who I am. And so I started thinking this way. It was a mind expansion exercise. And in doing that, I had no idea how I would go about doing this, but I just knew that I wanted to do it. I wanted to commit to it. And then all of a sudden, a guy named Chris Donaldson reached out to me. Shout out to Chris. And he said, hey, C-Roc, I'd love to have you on my podcast. Now, I didn't even know what a podcast was at the time. I'm thinking to myself, no, dude, I'm not going on a podcast. I don't have any equipment. I don't have a studio. I don't even know what you're talking about. He said, no, you're coming on my podcast. I'll give you an equipment list so you know exactly what you need. And you're going to come on the podcast and I'm going to interview you. So I said, all right, I gave in. Thank God I did, by the way. When Chris interviewed me, I absolutely fell in love with it. It was a confidence builder. I was able to have the content. I mean, there's so much to it. I'm gonna get to that actually, but I just loved it and I got addicted to it. And from that point on, I leaned into it to do 7 to 10 shows a week. And for the last 3 years, I've gone on over 420 shows. I've had over 400 episodes of my own show, The What Are You Made Of show. And it's absolutely changed my life and business to the point where I cannot shut up about it. I need to help you watching this. You need to know how important podcasting is and that you can do it too. And if you have done some, that you need to do more of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over a few reasons why podcasting is so powerful. Okay, number one, Google search optimization, Google SEO. You've heard of that probably before. And that's how you rank when somebody searches your name or a topic. What podcasting has done for me and will do for you is when somebody searches your name, if you're doing business with someone and they search your name on Google, what it'll do is it'll put your name in titles of podcasts with the topics that you talk about. So for example, if I'm on a podcast and I'm talking about how to become unstoppable to live in the life of your dreams, the podcast title could be How to Live Unstoppable and Chase Your Dreams with Mike C-Roc. So then when somebody searches Mike C-Roc, if we're getting ready to do business together, they Google search my name and all of a sudden it pops up with that title and they're like, oh, this dude talks about becoming unstoppable, living the life of your dreams. He's all about that. Or let's just say I'm in the real estate game and I'm a real estate investor and I want to help people with real estate investing. And on podcasts, I go on those kind of shows and I'm talking about the power of investing in real estate and how that serves you and how you can write off depreciation and how you can create passive income and all this stuff. And it appears in the Google search. So Google search optimization is number one. It's one of the most powerful ways to get your name ranked in Google. And by the way, you got to go on these podcasts consistently for you to do it. It doesn't help us to do one here or there. Okay. When you Google search Mike C-Roc, Mike C-ROC, you will see podcast after podcast, pages and pages of it. Okay. So I want that for you. Number two, credibility and confidence. When you go on podcasts and somebody sees you being interviewed, you don't even have to be that great at your job. Honestly, people see you being interviewed, immediately they think, this person must be important. This girl, this guy, they must be important because you're being interviewed. And generally, people that are being interviewed have something to say. They have some kind of credibility. So it gives you credibility. And of course, as you're doing it, you gain confidence. When somebody's asking you questions and you're being interviewed and you're sharing your story and somebody's listening on a show and the spotlight is on you, your confidence goes up. So that's number two. Number three, podcast hosts are some of the most connected people on the planet. When you start to hang out with podcast hosts, podcasters, and you start to meet them and you start to follow up with them and build a relationship with them, you will find out that one, they love helping people. Number two, they know a lot of people. And number three, they're very, very intentional because they're used to getting people and guests on their shows that they want on their shows. So they're very hyper intentional knowing what they're looking for. So once you become friends with them, you build a relationship with them, they want to help you and they know where to help you, who to help you with. So that's number three. Number four, other people's audiences. Other people's audiences are so important. You don't have to just build your own audience. You can leverage other people's. Podcasting allows you to do that. Now, if you have a podcast and you can do podcast swaps with people, you can go on theirs, they can come on yours, and you share each other's audiences and you collaborate. Collaboration is the new currency, folks. So important, okay? And then finally, with podcasting is the content. Now, what I've done with podcasting, I take the raw content and then I cut it up into reels, Instagram stories, stories, YouTube shorts, long form YouTube, blogs. When you talk enough and you're doing podcasting enough, you have quotes, your own quotes. So you don't have to share other people's quotes. You'll have your own. And you'll also notice that people start sharing your quotes on social media. It's happened to me, folks. I've seen it. And I want it for you, like I said. So when you podcast, you want to take the raw form of it and you want to squeeze it out and get as much out of it as possible by repurposing it in different formats. I can help you with all this. And also, if you want to get on great shows, we started a podcast agency that helps people get on great shows, align with the right topic, the right niche show. And we also show you how to repurpose the stuff after the fact to get the most out of it, become a celebrity in your space. So if you want help with that, all you got to do is go to that1agency.com and we can help you there. So you can book a call there for free. Have a call with my partner, Todd, the amazing Todd, and he'll take care of you through the process and share everything, get all the information you need. But we're here to help. We want to blow you up. We want to make you a celebrity in your space. And it's time to do it. Get off the fence. Get off your butt. Let's get to work. Let's get known and be unstoppable. It's your boy C-Roc. Keep coming back. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and like and comment on this video.